One of the greatest injustices of our time unfolding right before our eyes is the Israeli treatment of Palestinians. And to understand it, you need to look no further than the treatment at the border of Gaza versus the Jerusalem U.S. Embassy unveiling that was happening at the exact same time. Now, I'm writing this on the heels of the U.S. Embassy's launch in Jerusalem, something that every presidential candidate pays lip service to only to symbolically postpone. That is, until Donald Trump. And the reason for why every American president has postponed this move is because it's incredibly controversial. And because of that, there have been peaceful attempts at protesting this move from Gaza, but Israel has brutally attacked these peaceful protesters at the border.
וואי, זה סרטון! יש! בן של זונה.
Now, at the time I'm writing this piece, the death count on Monday alone currently sits at 50 Palestinians dead, 7 of whom are children and 1 paramedic. But, of course, Hamas is using human shields, right, to gain international support. So why the fuck are you killing them then, if you know that? Also, only 40 miles away at the same exact time, this is happening. You can't make this shit up. And what you need to understand about Gaza is that it's been under Israeli control for decades, especially after the people elected Hamas, an Islamist group that seeks to liberate Gaza through violent retaliation. Now, Israel has used Hamas as a justification for everything from stopping humanitarian aid, from rolling tanks into Gaza to full-tilt missile strikes, and has even resorted to using violence against neighboring countries like Turkey, for example, where a humanitarian aid ship was overtaken by an IDF helicopter and the people in it were slaughtered. At the time, Israel defended the killings by arguing that these kitchen knives on the ship were weapons being brought into Gaza. And don't forget that the Israeli government helped create Hamas back in the 1980s as a counterweight to Yasser Arafat's PLO. Israel has also supported the construction of unlawful settlements all over the Palestinian West Bank, which the world correctly considers state-sponsored settler terrorism. All of this is normal supremacist protocol. But here in the United States, this violence has been justified and propped up by not only the Republicans in the Trump administration, but also by our beloved #resistance Democrats.
Let me tell you why we don't have peace. Of course, we say it's our land. The Torah says it, but they don't believe in the Torah. So that's the reason there is not peace.
This is literally 4th grade Hebrew school bullshit that most people grow out of, but not Chuck Schumer, who thanked Trump today for the embassy move. Thank you for your service, Mr. President, sir. Also, Chuck, you've done nothing to protect DACA immigrants or the middle class. What good is the Democratic Party if they're just going to serve as a doormat that Republicans step all over when doing whatever the fuck they want with U.S. policy, both domestic and foreign?
They invent other reasons, but they do not believe in a Jewish state, and that is why we in America must stand strong with Israel through thick and thin. We must, because that is the reason why there is not peace in the Middle East.
How uniquely regressive is it to justify supremacist imperialism with religious dogma? It's literally the opposite of everything Democrats are supposed to stand for. Schumer is currently the most powerful Democrat in the nation. How can we defend gay marriage or being pro-choice or even the consumption of shellfish for that matter when the man tasked with being the voice of progressive values in this country is using the fucking Torah to claim that this is the Holy Land? Also, here's another reason why this biblical justification is insane.
The king of Persia, who 1,000 years before Mohammed was even born, that said Jerusalem was the capital of the Jewish people's country.
Whenever we hear this sort of rambling coming from a mullah or any sort of Muslim figure, we're quick to claim that Islam is a dangerous religion, perhaps the most dangerous religion. But Jeanine Pirro rambling this on national television is totally fine. The eradication of Palestinians is justified because religion, the good kind. Islam is the violent and bad religion, on the other hand, because when George W. Bush says God told him to invade Iraq, then it's all justified.
We've begun the search for hidden chemical and biological weapons.
And look, I'm not condoning what Hamas has done either. Killing innocents is not okay, no matter what the cause is. But you have to see that it's almost impossible to remain neutral when anyone is being subjected to this level of violent injustice. And condemning this violence or criticizing the Israeli government for its actions is not anti-Semitism. An injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So I ask you to stand in solidarity with the Palestinian people and the Israelis who are protesting against the violent, inhumane actions of the Israeli military that represent a far greater threat to the safety of the people of this region by escalating this conflict. I'm Hassan Piker. Please share this video with your friends. If you want a different take on what's going on in Israel, please don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Also, please join TYT membership for more videos like this. Don't forget to follow my Instagram at Hassan D. Piker and my Twitter at Hassan the Hun. And this has been The Breakdown.